I didn't even think about that. The itchies and the scratchies.
How do I?
Oh, this. Hey, 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 hey! Another one bites the dust.
Can I go live? How do I go live on here?
Oh God, don't start, Brandon. That thing. Woo!
Jeez, Lil B. Alright, I went live on
We
the
can never do nothing. It's just, oh, hey, Mom.
Hey.
My mom wants me to tell you something. Wait till we get this live going. Oh my God, I can't even do this.
No.
Here we go.
Oh,
That stands up nice and pretty.
Okay.
Is it not getting your head though?
I'm going back up a little bit.
You back up?
Yeah. Okay. What's up, Quentin? How you doing?
Quantum.
Quinton?
Quantum. Wait, quantum.
Quinton.
Quinton.
Ça va? Bonsoir.
Hey. We're live.
Hello,
Okay.
hello.
See, this thing is like really.
You're not feeling it?
It's aggressive. Oh, it's cutting you out. How's that?
Yeah. I think that's good. There you go. Alright. Oh, that's something on the mask. That's not
All right, say.
Alright.
Hey guys, I'm really sleepy.
Me too, by the way.
Oh, me too. Like, hashtag, me too.
Me as well. Yeah, okay.
Hey guys, it's me, your girl Antoinette, that bitch, and my couch. And I'm here with Brandon, and it's Brandon Time Live.
What's going on, y'all? How you doing? How you doing?
Okay, so first things first, my mom called me today.
Okay.
And she wanted to say, I'm mad at Brandon.
Okay.
So I'm like, hey mom, what's up? What's going on? She's like, I am mad at Brandon. You need to tell Brandon today that I have looked all over the TV and I cannot find no black programming for Black History Month. She's like, you know what BET was doing? They was playing them white shows. I was dead.
Well, first of all, I'm not gonna rock with BET. And once again, I'm gonna say I went through Hulu and Netflix.
I think she's talking more about cable TV. But
I don't know about cable TV because I don't.
But that's how she felt.
I was only talking about the Netflix and the Hulu. I don't know about the regular TV.
She didn't like it. She wanted to prove a point that you were wrong, and she wanted me to let you know that they ain't got nothing for us on the TV.
Hulu does.
Okay. Send her a list. Send her a list, or I can just give her your number. Okay. But hey, let's talk about what's going on this weekend, I guess. We'll start with the Grammys.
Yeah, we wanna. So I think you've seen what we're gonna be talking about. Talking about some blackface and some.
A lot of blackface.
A lot of blackface.
And a lot of rape.
A lot of rape.
Yeah.
A lot of those things happen.
We'll get into that meats and potatoes a little bit later, but for now, we'll start off on a little bit of a lighter note.
Fun stuff.
I guess kinda. Let me see. Well, one thing in blackface news, Katy Perry had a blackface-ish shoe that she put out, and it was pulled. They missed the controversy. The shoe did not make it. Brandon was staring at the picture. We'll post the picture. Brandon was staring at the picture right now, and I felt like he was kind of on the fence about whether it was blackface or not.
I mean, this is my thing. Like, when we really get into the conversation, I think there's an amount of solidarity that I think we're all starting to get to, where you just kind of have to be firm in certain stances, and you really can't allow too much wiggle room. So, I mean, I think that even if I do see it as not being complete blackface, I understand how people can perceive it that way, and I'd rather it not be out there. But I feel like once we really get into the meat, the meat and potatoes of the conversation,
Oh, she said not really. She checked about the Hulu Netflix, but that's a debate for another time.
Okay.
All right, so we'll talk more about that in the blackface talk because I think we're really gonna get into it today. AJ Calloway, our beloved VJ, is that kind of like what he's called from 106 Apart?
Video jockey, right?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're old, so yeah, whatever. MTV VJ.
He was suspended.
Spring break.
I know. But no, he's from BET. He's from BET.
It resembled blackface far too much, and that's
Who did
And
that?
that's what we said,
Okay.
and that's the nitty gritty of it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and go back and forth. It's like I'm not gonna. If I have to think about it.
Well, shit. Well, now that blackface is all fresh in our minds, now we're like,
Well,
seeing it everywhere.
I feel like we're constantly dealing with the conversation of blackface every year, every other year.
We did a whole video about it for Halloween when Megyn Kelly, when she had to get 86 out of her job, because of the blackface comments. But anyway, AJ Calloway was suspended from his position at Extra, I believe, for sexual misconduct. Poor guy. But for me, the thing was like, is this our new normal? Like, is this what we deal with every day? Blackface and sexual assault? Like, I don't want this to be the news.
I think it's just
people. Can we help someone? Can we figure something out? I don't like it.
I think it's just people being held accountable. That's the reality of it. Like, and I don't think Democrat equals not racist. You know what I mean? Like, which I mean when I say that, I'm speaking of like, go Northam and Mark
Harris.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's people being held accountable, and I think we're all having a difficulty in transitioning into people being held accountable for the things that they do.
I'm not having a hard time. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly the message is, but we're gonna get into that.
Okay.
I feel like shit. Should we just fucking talk about it? Because it just keeps on coming back around.
Let's talk about let's talk about the Grammys real quick.
Okay, the Grammys. Your girl, your light skinned sister.
Who?
Alicia Keys.
Oh, okay. I guess. Yeah, sure, whatever.
I was giving you guys Team Light Skin.
Okay, sure.
I thought you would like
she
that.
hosted. It seems like she did a good job. Everybody seemed very into it. Like, it went well.
I think a lot of people were into it. I haven't seen really anything negative about her specifically. I mean, I think there were a couple trolls in some comment sections that I saw that they were people were like, y'all coming at her when a sister get up, y'all never want. And I didn't see any of the bad comments actually, but from what I saw, she seemed nervous.
Okay.
But I mean, naturally, that's a big fucking job. But from what I saw, I thought it was cute. It was very calm and relaxed.
Okay. I want to say congratulations to Cardi B for winning. What is it? Hip Hop Album of the Year, right?
Rap.
Rap
Best
album.
female rap.
Is it best? No, it's not female rap. It wasn't female rap. It was more than
Rap.
That. It was. I think it was.
It was just straight rap.
Right. Yeah. Album.
I don't know. I don't follow.
Congratulations. She's the first one to do it.
Yes.
But we want to talk about BET real quick. And
Okay.
I like y'all know I'm very wishy-washy about certain things when it comes to the music industry and certain genres.
What are you wishy-washy about?
I mean, my consistency in listening to certain things and how invested I might be.
Staying in the know.
Yeah. I'll be listening to the song from 40 years ago and be like, this is my jam, this is my jam. But no, so BET is actively coming at Nicki Minaj during the Grammys, actually tweeting at her. So
was she at the Grammys?
Nicki Minaj?
I saw the last.
I didn't watch any of the Grammys. I'm just reading it from the blogs, okay? And then I'm seeing the tweets, and then I'm seeing the tweets,
okay,
right?
So what?
I'm saying, so there's just a lot of shade being thrown her way. I think they talked about her lace front, BET, while congratulating Cardi B. And it's just BET. What are you doing? Why are you so busy trying to tear down this black sister?
Best female rap album. Was it? Was it female? Best female rap album.
I don't know.
You gonna Google it?
I don't know. I wasn't gonna, but I can because we've got a little media phone.
We have an official media phone. I don't know. I guess I'm honestly happy for her. I did see when she won that. That was the part of the last 45 minutes that I was, that I watched.
Yeah, she won the best rap album.
Best rap album.
Yeah,
best rap album. There we are.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. It wasn't female. Best rap album.
It was rap album, yeah.
She killed that.
So there's a lot of people coming for Nicki Minaj, including BET.
I think that's very distasteful and kind of gross that some large entity or whoever was in charge of that was coming, to slander her for that, because that's not really what that should be about.
Very, very interesting topic of conversation. I won't comment on it because I don't want to offend anybody. But Mac Miller was in that same category from Album of the Year. But we also know that the kid that sang Thrift Store
Macklemore.
won Rap Album of the Year. So we know that, like, huh?
When did he win that?
It was a couple years ago. Like, but just
I'm mad, I'm happy, but I'm happy.
But like, shout out to her for winning it. It's great that a female won it, first time. But we've got to kind of be like, hey, BET, you can't tear down black women. You really can't, as an entire entity.
I'm not sure what actually happened with that, but that's wild for BET to have even gotten behind anything like that.
To really come and tear down Nicki Minaj. Like, and I'm not a Nicki stan. I'm not one of those people. Like, she is what she is.
I'm not a Nicki or Cardi anything, honestly. None of. I mean, like, I tap my toe.
I bop. You bop.
You know, I live my life in the car about it, but like, I'm not really crazy behind any of it. But I think that. I mean, let the girl have her fucking... First of all, there's a video going around that I saw of her wiling Cardi B, so mad. And I just felt the energy. Like, I just was like, wow, like they're really trying to tear her down when she worked very hard for her accomplishment.
She
like,
did.
She rode her wave.
Not just rode her wave. She worked to get where she is. So did Nicki Minaj. I'm not saying Nicki Minaj didn't. Don't come for me, stans. Don't come for me. You Nicki Minaj crazy.
Isn't owned by black people, though.
But, I mean, do you think that there are white people that are running BET's Twitter? Like, you know what I mean? That's the real question. Who's running their social media? But whoever that person is needs to chill out. They should have a seat. Because you really shouldn't be tearing down a black performer, a black maverick in this industry for a couple likes and retweets. Like, it's petty and it's not really respectable.
No, it's whack.
Let's talk about, did you see about Joy Villa?
No, I don't even know.
So Joy Villa, I have no idea who this woman is, right?
Okay.
But somehow she keeps popping up and she's just super controversial. I guess she sings or something like that. But she wore a dress that basically said, build the wall. She walked around with
the Make America Great Again purse. I saw that. I mean, obviously, like, first of all, I didn't know what she was, but her skin was obviously a little bit brown. And I think that the problem for me is that when
she's biracial, y'all. Okay, I'm telling you, she's biracial.
When so she's biracial?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, but I thought she was some kind of Spanish.
I think she was raised by conservative parents. That much I do know.
But I'm like, when immigrants and people like that have any kind of real ethnic value get involved with this Trump shit, it's like, don't you know this is actually like against you too?
Yeah, completely against you.
I don't even know how you're even there with that right now.
She's irrelevant. She does this every year. That is my thing. I don't understand. The only time I see her is at like the Grammys.
Does she do music?
Where I guess she does. I don't know who listens to her music, but she's
a singer.
She's at the Grammys and she's wearing something controversial. She's wearing something offensive. Like, who are you?
And like barbed wire. It was barbed wire like necklace. So.
You're good because you know so much about border security. Because the tunnels and the airports and points of entry where, the biggest drug busts occur have nothing to do with the drug trade. But, whatever. Those are just facts. Those are just actual facts.
She wild for that. But overall, I thought the Grammys was good, the 45 minutes that I saw.
Her name is Joy Villa, but I don't know much about her. I don't know what type of music she sings. She's just at the Grammys. She's at the Grammys. She's constantly there, and she likes to stir the pot up. And you know what? I'm actually a little upset that
she's a singer and songwriter.
I wish I didn't bring her up. I wish I didn't give her name.
I'm upset that you brought her up now, because I was like, I literally just saw that on the internet and I did not care. I moved right along from it. But yeah, a lot of blackface, a lot of rape.
A lot of blackface, a lot of rape.
A lot of blackface and a lot of rape going down in Virginia.
Wait, let me just read this before we get serious. Also, she ain't know how to model the purse. Just come for her neck, though. We should be coming for her neck every chance we get because she's trash. She's garbage. Yep. Garbage. Garbage people doing garbage things. So I'm sure you guys all know about all of the interesting things that are going on in Virginia right now. Yeah. There's the Governor Ralph Northam, who was in his yearbook. There's a picture,
his medical school yearbook,
of a person in blackface and a person in a KKK uniform.
He's denied that it's him.
But he has admitted to wearing blackface. Right?
Yes. But he's denying that this picture is actually him.
Yes, the Attorney General Mark Herring has also come out to admit that he has worn blackface.
college when he was about 19.
Yes.
And before we go on to Justin Fairfax, who was accused of raping multiple women too, let's just talk about the blackface. You know, honestly, I've been thinking about the blackface today, and I'm not really sure where I'm at with it at this point. I'm really not sure. Like, my relationship with white people has really been evolving, and nothing that they do surprises me. Things that they do aren't really hurting my feelings. You know, the way that they used to, the sadness, oh my God, you know, the history of blacks in America, the whole deal, like complete, utter sadness, you know, like suppressed, like literally to the point where I'm having like a breakdown about my blackness, you know, like coming into that, what that feels like. I just kind of like, what are we going to do? Like, do you really think he needs to lose his job over it? Do we really believe that firing him is really gonna like change? We fired what's her name? What's her face? Megyn Kelly. Like, are we like? Is this really changing? I don't know.
You know,
that's the right way to go about it.
I think we've got to start treating it seriously, right? And he's gonna.
Well, she's saying it's discussing what's the point with the purpose. The purpose and the point is to dress up as a black person.
Oh well, I mean, there's the history of it.
That's a deeper history, but I think that
you gotta understand that deep history, right, still affects people like Ralph Northam. It still affects his kids, right? And let's just say this, not to say that. Understand, Ralph Northam is, I believe he's a Democrat, correct?
I don't know that.
I believe he's a Democrat. Somebody double check for me. Oh, you're gonna do it right now, right?
The media phone.
He is a descendant of slave owners, right? So you've got to understand that there's an idea of what black people are and the behaviors that they have when it comes to blackface, right? It shows a lack of intelligence. You're generally more violent, more prone to rape. Like, there's a long history.
Who's more prone to rape?
Oh, the way the way that they are, black people are characterized when they're in blackface. Generally speaking, the history of it is they're stupid, violent, rapey.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
So there's a long, deep-rooted history and feeling to it, right? And there's some of these tropes we've seen, like...
Wait, the movie, the Birth of a Nation, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, that was the start of that. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the thing, but go ahead. But yeah, the root of that.
Of what?
Of that characterization of black people.
Well, no, it had even existed, like, before that in other ways.
Yes. But in the film way, you know.
Yeah. But it's a transition from the minstrel shows into film. You know what I mean? Because it used to be traveling shows where people were going from town to town, and we're gonna put on a song and dance for you and eat watermelon and shuck and jive. It's just offensive, and there's a bunch of people who
talk about the people that have been doing the blackface.
Who have been in blackface. Julianne Hough, which I believe this was 2016. She dressed up as Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black.
I remember that.
I just didn't think it was that serious. I just didn't get it, right?
I remember that.
Megyn Kelly, we mentioned earlier, who was basically defending in blackface earlier late last year, saying she
wasn't widespread until the movie. Okay, go ahead, I'm listening.
Sarah Silverman. The Sarah Silverman program. She like did an episode where she did blackface. Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places, and understand that Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places is a more acceptable form of blackface. But you gotta realize how many times have black actors been in positions.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like if they could do it in a, I don't.
But Trading Places is 40 years ago though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think.
And you think that 40 years ago was more acceptable? You don't like...
Yes. It was more acceptable 40 years ago. It wasn't acceptable, but it was acceptable. There was an entire movie where a white kid dresses up in blackface.
What was that? I feel like I've seen that.
I don't know. I'm not 100. I don't know. But like somebody who loves the 80s knows the movie. There's a movie where, you know, this kid dresses up in complete blackface and he goes through the entire movie dressed in blackface, pretending to be a black guy. It's very normalized, and I feel like we even have a very modern day example of it, which is
He's
Robert
from the
Downey.
Democratic Party. It took me forever.
The
to
what?
figure out that. The Democratic Party.
Yes, he is Democratic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, where he does blackface. You know what I mean? And I think
a lot of people thought that was funny.
Did you at the time not think it was funny?
And I don't
Never seen
watch
it.
movies
I'm not
like
asking.
that.
I wasn't saying it like, but like.
No. I know. Have you seen it?
I have.
You think it was funny?
I remember watching it and being like,
funny,
conflicted. Like,
okay. You thought it was a little funny.
I did, but also at the same time, I'm like, I can't enjoy this how I would like to enjoy this because there's a bad feeling that I get when I watch this. I don't feel comfortable in being able to watch this. So I like haven't been able to like really like it like I don't think I enjoyed it as much as other people. I laughed, but I don't know if I found the same level of joy in it.
So it was more acceptable when we were closer to the issue 40 years ago. Use the one is not of it. Where are you conflicted?
No, because there's a system. There's no history of black people dressing up as white people and, you know, like disrespecting them or offending them or that image used to tear you down. Like,
and white chicks wasn't really like.
And by the way, I don't really love white chicks, by the way. I can't tell you. I've maybe seen white chicks a handful of times.
Oh, okay.
Like,
well, you used to play on TV all the time.
I mean, my little cousins love it. They actually love the movie and they could basically quote it. But, you know, it just was never something that, you know, was, you know, absolutely hilarious to me.
So where do you stand with blackface? Like, where are you at with that?
I
remember. Okay, I just want to go back to your list though about the history of blackface and basically celebrities doing it. Ted Danson when he was with Oprah, not Oprah.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, white people was like. When he was with Whoopi, I remember he did that, and I thought that it was like. I remember seeing it in the media, and I just remember being beyond shocked. Like, I was just like, that don't even look good. For me, I didn't understand what was actually happening. I was like, that doesn't look good. Mm-hmm. You know, that looks bad. So I don't even get it. You know, like, and even when a black person puts on like white, like, it doesn't look good. So I don't really get it.
Even when Dave Chappelle did it, it looked bad.
No, was Dave Chappelle with that? When he was that white character? I thought that looked good. It was a character.
You was in love with that. I might marry that. I don't know. Heel. Box is gonna heel.
Don't blame me.
No, I mean, it was. I think Dave Chappelle's funny, but once again, you know, systematic oppression isn't what they're dealing with. So it's much easier for me to find comedy in it and them being mocked. It's not me being in power, making fun of. You know, it's like if I got into a wheelchair and made fun of like somebody like who was paralyzed or who had some sort of disability.
What are you saying about that? That it's funny?
No, it's fucked up.
Oh, okay.
Like that's what I'm. No,
I was like,
what? No, I mean in reference to blackface. In reference to blackface, that's what I would say it's like equivalent to.
Okay, he just hit the nail on the head. Okay. Perfect. So you're against it, and all, even though you think
I'm
that
against
it was more
it.
acceptable.
I'm against it even when we do it. Honestly, Zoe Saldana did a film where she played Nina Simone.
Yeah,
and
that was controversial.
For some reason, instead of just getting a darker-skinned actress to play Nina Simone, they got Zoe Saldana and they put her on like a pound of makeup on her.
But that's been a problem in Hollywood for a long time, where even within the modeling industry, where they, instead of getting people of the actual ethnic background, they always go out and try and dress someone up as if like there's not people, willing participants, lots, thousands, millions of people out there who actually fit the bill, but instead you rather dress a white woman up as a geisha. I don't understand.
I mean, I feel like even starting to have a little fault with like Ariana Grande because like
what's up with her?
I mean like she's very, 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 very tan. Like, and it's like too like.
What do you think? You think that she's trying to look like Spanish or black?
Yeah, like honestly, like you're trying to
but white girls have
look
been, like,
darker.
Doing that tanning thing for a very long time.
But yeah, there's a difference between, hey, I like to get tan and I like to look dark, And I like to get tan, and I like to hang out with my black friends, and I like to take on black behaviors and black culture and take it on. You know what I mean?
I don't follow her. I don't know what she's doing.
She does a lot of that, and it makes it very difficult. Like, and I mean, obviously, once again, I feel like one of the difficulties is I feel like I can't be the police of all people. I can't tell you how to live. But you know, at some point, you start to feel like it starts to seem like you're a culture vulture. Like, how? Like, let me still.
This culture vulture out here.
But I saw, what point is too much though? Like, I think there's a difference between appreciation and really appropriation. Like,
So do we cancel Drake?
Why are we canceling Drake?
I guess because he's white, half white.
I just want to know why we would cancel the Drake. I don't know.
Drake. He canceled too. Oh wait, you didn't show me the Drake Grammy speech. Why are we canceling? Why
are we canceling Drake though? Let's finish off on that because I thought that was like really good. We'll talk about that because I want to kind of talk about.
We can pull up the media phone.
Pull it up.
Gotcha. Media phone. He dressed in blackface. I forgot.
It's not cute. It's not cute. He shouldn't be doing it. You know what I mean?
And I forgot.
And I don't know. I feel like it should have been a line, but now we've got to really draw a line. Like, and I'd rather you come out with all your bullshit now, right? So this is the thing, like, right? It's like being in a relationship, right? You ever have somebody do something stupid or do something messy, and you say, like, I want you to bring it to the table, throw all the nonsense that's going on in the table, right? And we can start, we can deal with it from there and work through there, right? Be real and be honest. Stop waiting for people to have to dig out the pictures and pull out the proof. Like, because it's just exhausting and it's draining and it's tiring. Just be real. I did some stupid shit. I was stupid. And yes, maybe it might seem like you're just covering your ass right now, but I'd rather you seem like you're covering your ass right now than it be this continuous bullshit where we're constantly getting new shit every day.
So Drake gets a pass?
I don't think Drake gets a pass. I think, does Zoe Saldana get a pass? Do I stop watching her movies now? Like, do I think Governor Ralph Northam should resign?
Do you think he should resign?
God damn it. I don't know.
But you're unhappy with his blackface days.
I'm completely unhappy with his blackface days. I'm happy with the fact that you were in medical school doing it. I read an article that basically talked about how he grew up with a school where there were like 36 white kids and 37 black kids, and he was one of like the 2 white kids on the basketball team, and then there's a black person talking about, oh, I don't look at him this way. But just because you went to primary school with black people, and then you went on to college, and then you went on to medical school, and you moved out of that circle of black people, and you embraced your whiteness and the privilege of your whiteness, like that means nothing to me. And you having friends back then really means nothing to me at all either, because you just had black friends. Like, I have white friends. I'm not the king of white people. Like, it's just not how it goes. So like, I think we need to I think we need to start a business, right? We need to have a business model where we get black people, right, and they get paid to go in and teach white people, right, what their problems are and how to dig through them, right? You need to start paying black people to come into your office and teach you, because apparently y'all just don't get it. Y'all just don't understand.
Okay, segue to Thursday, be Black in Corporate America.
Black in Corporate America on Thursday, y'all.
Featuring my girl Jessie.
But y'all just need to pay somebody to come in and teach you.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I hear what you're saying.
It's a business that somebody needs to do, because I can't. I'm tired. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of the stupidity. I'm tired of playing the games. I'm tired of having to re-break it down and explain systematic oppression. You need to pay somebody, and Malika actually said it on my job on a comment. You should be paying somebody for that. That's not our job to go out and teach you. It's really not. You should be paying somebody to teach you this stuff. Like, it's a tragedy that people aren't picking it up.
But I mean, honestly though, for me, the part where I have to disagree with you is because I feel like the ignorance is a choice. I really, really honestly do. Like, I think it's a choice. They are choosing to be this way.
All the
information and all the people are out there.
You heard it here first. We need to build an app, right, called Is This Racist, right? and it's for every single white person out there, right?
Okay.
You can put it into a quick question, right? And if we don't have an answer to it, you can reach a direct black person, right? It's gonna cost you $10.99 a month, and you can avoid all of this. Is me wearing blackface to my friend's costume party racist? Yes, bitch. Don't do it. Like we should be doing this. We should be marketing this. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of trying to get people to understand that, like, the fucked up history of this country is a problem. You can't just keep doing shit from it and thinking it's cute.
Why
Like,
do we need to teach them to see us as human beings?
I don't know, because some people want to know. I mean, what are we going to do? We just gonna kill them? You know
I'm
what I
trying
mean?
not to kill him.
Like,
I'm not saying anything crazy.
I mean, no, but I mean, the question is, like, why do we need to teach them? It's the same reason you need to teach a kid that they shouldn't be racist. The same, because these people are stupid. They're stupid people. Racism is generally based in stupidity. Like, even when you're educated, racism is based in stupidity and ignorance. Like, to break racism and the ignorance, you have to teach people. Like, and honestly, I don't really know if white.
But they have to be willing to receive the knowledge. So back to what I was saying, like, they are literally actively choosing this because they understand the privilege that comes along with it. And that's when last week I brought up the thing is we had the black privilege. How willingly would we be wanting to level the playing field and equal it all out? Like, that just goes with the territory.
I think privilege blinds you. I think privilege blinds you to those things. Privilege makes things seem less important than they are. Privilege makes them seem like they have less of an impact than they do.
But like,
so I mean,
like you said,
I don't think it's necessarily that people they don't want to. I think
they're choosing not to receive the knowledge. They're choosing not to go out and seek the knowledge because they like the position that they're in, and it isn't that.
I think
it's not that they're blind to it. They're actively choosing not to seek out more knowledge. And like I said, I'm not sure where I'm at with the blackface thing. I don't fuck with these people. But I think that, I mean, if that was me, I wouldn't fucking resign either. I'd be like, that was not long ago. It wasn't Fairfax raping. Like, I just put on a little blackface and I would.
Oh my God, we didn't even talk about Fairfax.
Well, that was the segue into Fairfax.
Oh my God.
You ready?
Yes, I got so caught up in the blackface.
So we're still down in Virginia right now.
Because Virginia is just troubling. Once you pass the Mason-Dixon, all you get is BS.
Virginia, they're wilding over there. So, what is Fairfax? He's a lieutenant? Lieutenant governor?
Lieutenant governor, yes.
He's a lieutenant governor.
Should we keep this going, or should we? What are we thinking?
I'm not trying to think it's cracked out. The lieutenant governor was accused, amidst all of this blackface stuff, right? So Virginia is fucked up right now. There's no one to, if all of these people get screwed over, like basically